So let's have a look. I'm also creating content which you can refer later if you want to read it. So this is available on Medium platform. At this particular URL, I'm going to share its link on the description as well. But let's understand what is cloud and when you need it. So first of all, cloud is nothing new. Cloud was termed in 1996 by Mr. Seen and George, but the adoption is started around 2000 or later, and there was clear need of a cloud because we cannot predict the behavior of our application. It can go with a high number of traffic. So first of all, this is cloud. Cloud is powerful. This was originally designed by me. If you like this picturization of the cloud, go and hit the like button. Okay, coming back to what is cloud and why it is powerful and when to choose it. So if I need to summarize it very in simple word, the cloud adoption is just because of two reasons. One is cloud can handle random traffic when you are not sure, and to manage humongous data that is piled up over the period of time. This can be very well solved in on-prem strategy. Answer maybe yes and maybe no. Let's see why it is yes or why it is no. So when we talk about why we need cloud, this is a very simple example. You can go through it. I wrote this content and I'm just depicting a problem. If I need to start a company, I don't have funds, but I'm sure my idea has some power and I'm very much determined to it, so that I should at least start the company. But at the same time, since I don't have fund, I don't want to invest much my time and energy in purchasing huge data center to be able to host my application, so that one day when the traffic will be in millions, our data center should be able to support. So at the beginning, I may have a couple of thoughts that my application should be scalable. It should be enabled with all the modern technologies like AI and ML. It should be able to reach to millions, and whenever I will have fun, I should be able to choose my path from cloud to on-prem. So at least when you are working on some idea, or maybe as a startup, when you think, you should not be much puzzled with the infrastructure. So cloud is giving you that freedom, where if you have two mind-boggling thoughts, what if your application goes viral? Do we need to plan some extra capacity on these servers already in advance, which means you need to pay good amount without even utilizing this? This does not make any sense. Alternatively, what will happen if the application does not go viral in the predicted time? We may end up losing money on infrastructure. That is the fact. So this is the problem that cloud services are solving now. They are giving pay as you use model, which means when you are starting your subscription, even some of these cloud vendors and the providers even providing you some of the benefits when you're joining their program, some dollars, some amount of usage, which you can explore their services and decide whether it is apt for you or not. And most of the cases, this is very friendly. They provide you enough resources to start with, and when you see that the traffic is coming, so you will be comfortable to pay for that. And some of the enterprises, when we are talking about the startups, so you count any startup, they are empowered by one or the other cloud services. But some of the enterprise versions, like enterprise applications like Netflix and your e-commerce websites, are even powered by these cloud services. So Netflix, I know personally, they are using AWS infrastructure. Now, not the last, but what cloud is made of? Is it something which is like available on the cloud, 7 clouds, right? No, it's not the case. Cloud is again the similar hardware setup, not within your data center premises, but it is located somewhere by these cloud providers. They have the different availability zones and the regions where they are placing these data centers. The only benefit is out of those data centers, they can virtually divide and share it with the public for their normal usage. So, and if you are increasing your demand, which means they need to set up more data center, and that's where you will see that the all cloud providers are going and setting up a new data center every year. They are also increasing their capacity as the demands increases. And then to be able to like match some of the newest and greatest technologies like machine learning, AI, they are even providing some of the managed services to be able to cope up with the current pace of development and the current technology changes, so that you should be able to incline in going to opt for their services. So every cloud vendor is providing one or the other thing. If let's see like what are the cloud offerings. So there are majorly four kind of cloud offerings. Infrastructure as a service, which means providing you the similar setup on cloud, which means firewall, network, IPs, virtual machines, all these things. Platform as a service, where you are being provided a platform, you need not to bother about its maintainability. Cloud providers are managing it. They are providing you on pay-per-use basis, like DynamoDB by AWS is one of the example, where you are not managing anything. Everything is managed by these cloud providers. Function as a service. So Lambda is one of the good example to suit here, where you can leverage this Lambda as a function and utilize in your application. Software as a service, I worked on Oracle Cloud, which is Oracle Cloud Financials, and some of the services like Salesforce. These are standard software as a service, which you can utilize any of the modules basis on your requirement. And these are a couple of cloud offerings that these cloud providers, not top three, but there are many cloud providers, if you know, other than AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. We have Snowflake, we have DigitalOcean is also one of the cloud provider, Oracle, SAP, Salesforce. These are also having the cloud capabilities. When we talk about top three cloud providers, when you need to choose any of them, so these are some of the differences and the choices which you can think of. Amazon is definitely a market leader. It has around 70 to 80% of market share, and because this was early adopters in terms of moving to the cloud, and in overall Amazon revenue, this AWS is contributing a good number there. Then Microsoft Azure, this is second player in the market, and it provides a lot of ready-made application. Power App is one of my favorite. With this, you can create any chatbot, IVR application, or even any workflow very quickly. Talking about Google Cloud Platform. So personally, when you need to go for machine learning AI, you can definitely choose Google as one of the preference. And then if you want to see for some cost effective options, so Google has very cost effective options at this moment.